A large motorcycle, tons of chrome, wire-spoked wheels and white wall tires. We sure are living the retro dream with this, the Harley-Davidson Softail Deluxe. Who is Harley-Davidson targeting with this, and what exactly is this motorcycle all about? Let's find out.
When you hear the words Harley-Davidson, the images that go through your head are those of long, old-school cruiser motorcycles gliding down a road. The visions of these low-slung Harleys usually end with the massive old-school V-twin engine's thunderous exhaust notes echoing through our ears. Harley-Davidson looks to recapture these memories from the past with its Softail lineup of motorcycles, which has taken its design cues from the American motorcycling icon's heritage. We got to cruise around for a few days on the Harley-Davidson Softail Deluxe, which is perhaps the best-looking motorcycle in the lineup. We rode the massive American cruiser in the city and on the open highway to find out how it performs on our roads, and here is what we have to say. The first thing you'll notice about the Softail Deluxe is the massive size of this boulevard cruiser. The Softail Deluxe measures at over 2.4 meters in length, and everything about this retro cruiser is supersized. Add in the low-slung design, acres of chrome, and the electric blue paint job for our test bike, and the Softail Deluxe ensure that eyeballs popped and jaws dropped wherever we took it. The front end of the Harley-Davidson Softail is dominated by the large headlamp, which is flanked on either sides by two auxiliary lights. These auxiliary lights are mounted on top of the turn indicators up the front. The raked front forks flow down to the spoked front wheels. When viewed from the side, the first thing that catches your eye are the white wall Dunlop tires mounted on the 16-inch spoked wheels of the cruiser. These tires really add to the old school vibe that the Softail Deluxe exudes whenever you look at it. The full skirted steel front fender stretches above the top section of the white wall tire and ends up quite close to the ground. The unit also features the name badge of the bike with the word Deluxe held together by a strip of thin chrome. Going past the front fender, you're greeted by the beating heart of the beast in the form of the massive Milwaukee 8 107 V-twin engine, which is rigidly mounted to the 30-degree Softail frame of the bike. Above the engine sits the 19.1-liter teardrop-shaped fuel tank that flows down into the scooped-out saddle. The single seat on the Softail Deluxe sits quite low to the ground at a height of just 675 millimeters. Pillion seats are an optional extra. The view from the street is a shiny one. This bike has loads of chrome everywhere. The semi-digital instrument cluster is mounted on the fuel tank. The swept-back handlebars play host to the rear view mirrors and allow for a comfortable ride on this big cruiser. The rear monoshock suspension is hidden under the seat and held in place by a rear swing arm section, giving the bike the look of an old school hardtail without the butthurt associated with these models. The dual exhausts are quite chunky and dominate the right side of the motorcycle, with the low unit exiting near the front section of the rear wheel and the other extending past it. The rear fender plays host to the LED tail lights, above which sits the mount for the registration plate. Like we've mentioned before, this bike has loads of chrome everywhere, from the chunky front forks, the fenders, the engine, fuel tank, exhaust, and almost everything else features the shiny stuff. If you're looking for bling attention, the Harley-Davidson Softail is your dream come true. The Harley Softail Deluxe is powered by the American motorcycle manufacturer's Milwaukee 8 107 V-twin engine that displaces 1,745 cc. The engine is cooled using a small oil cooler that is tucked away neatly between the front down tubes. The fuel-injected V-twin engine cranks out 86 brake horsepower and 145 Nm of torque at just 3,000 RPM. All of this is sent to the rear wheel via a 6-speed manual gearbox and chain drive. The throttle response of the Milwaukee 8 engine is quite linear, and the massive wave of torque is available at all times and across the rev range. The Harley's clutch is also slightly on the heavier side, so shifting through the gears does take a bit of work. However, once on the move, the Harley-Davidson Softail Classic can build up speed quite easily, and if you let loose, even hit speeds of up to 190 km per hour. The Softail Deluxe V-twin engine features two counterbalancers, which remove most of the vibration that emanates from the engine. However, not all the engine vibrations have been cancelled out, and they can be felt at the handlebars. The vibration acts as a constant reminder that you're riding a big American cruiser with a V-twin engine. Another reminder of the massive Milwaukee 8 engine is the amount of heat it emits. The engine pushes the heat directly at your legs, and this can leave them feeling like they've been put over a hot grill. When we talk about riding and handling, the Harley offers a very low center of gravity, means that the Softail Deluxe is quite a maneuverable machine despite its 318 kilogram weight, especially when you're moving along at normal speeds. The Showa dual bending valve cartridge design front fork has linear damping characteristics, which make the Softail Deluxe a fun to ride motorcycle, especially when you push her at higher speeds. The cruiser's big weight does come into play in stop and go traffic, which can make it a real pain to negotiate through our choked city streets. This is especially noticeable while making U-turns and any changes of direction that force you to bring the cruiser to a complete stop. Once you open the throttle and hit the highway though, the high-speed stability is extremely reassuring and makes you want to push the bike further. However, at these speeds, the lack of a windscreen means means that you hang on to the pullback handlebars like a toddler clinging on to its mother's arms. The seating position on the Softail, thanks to the low seat height and front set brake pedals, shifters and foot pegs, is an extremely comfortable one. The suspension setup works quite well on bumpy Indian roads. The Showa front forks and cantilever monoshock absorbs the bumps and cracks in our roads with ease and also offers a plush ride without compromising on handling. However, the Softail Deluxe's low ride height of just 115 millimeters makes traversing over speed humps excruciating. So unless you want to hear migraine-inducing sounds of metal scraping against tarmac, you need to be cautious while negotiating the haphazard ones we see on our roads. Braking duties on the Harley-Davidson Softail Deluxe are handled by drilled disc brakes on both the spoked wheels. The one up front features a fixed 4-piston caliper, while the one at the rear gets a floating 2-piston caliper. The brakes are assisted by dual-channel ABS. The motorcycle brakes quite well and brings the heavy American cruiser to a halt quickly, especially for a bike of its size. One look at the Harley-Davidson Softail Deluxe is enough to make any jaw drop in awe. The rumbling exhaust note, along with the heritage design and the blingy chrome, make the Softail Deluxe a poser's dream. However, its powerful and rewarding powertrain ensures that those sitting on the saddle give it the respect it deserves. The new Milwaukee 8 engine paired with a Softail frame and new Showa suspension setup make this cruiser a proper cruiser at speed and over long sweeping bends. Despite this, the Softail's deluxe ride quality is not compromised, which makes it one of the ultimate big twin cruisers currently on Indian roads. Despite its big price tag of Rs 18 lakh ex-showroom, the Softail Deluxe's perfect blend of retro design and modern machinery make it one of the most desirable big cruisers in the market today. The Softail Deluxe sprinkles the ultimate heritage cruiser magic dust onto Harley's lineup in India and delivers a bruising uppercut to any rivals thinking of taking its throne and crowning themselves the king of the cruisers. With the Softail Deluxe, Harley's got its mojo back and its throne is safe for now.
It is a brilliant combination of a design that is as old school as it can be and yet comes loaded with modern technology. Well, that brilliance comes at a price, Rs 24 lakh on road, Bangalore. Well, if you have a taste for retro looking motorcycles with a classy design with modern technology and yet doesn't rely on just its looks to justify its existence, this is the motorcycle for you. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to DriveSpark for more auto news, reviews and updates, and don't forget to subscribe to our social channels.